There's another firestorm in the Trump administration, this time about the budget for special education. Now, there's a lot of things they're cutting, including millions of dollars from the National Technical Institute for the Blind, reading programs for the blind across the country, Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., which is a university for the deaf and hard of hearing. But especially what has come under fire is the Trump administration's cuts in the Special Olympics budget. They cut the entire $17.6 million that was spent last year on the Special Olympics. And this is an extremely important program for students with special needs across the country. It allows kids with special needs to participate in activities that they wouldn't really get to otherwise. It's a super important program that's been around for a long time. And so what's mind-blowing to me is that if we look at the whole budget for fiscal year 2020, the Special Olympics, if we kept the same amount of money, $17.6 million, would comprise 0.0004% of the budget. And that's rounding up. 0.004% of the budget that helps out upwards of 200,000 kids with special needs would just be gone. Saying something in front of a teleprompter and just like thinking about it makes you realize just how dumb it is. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos had to appear before the Senate Appropriations Committee to discuss her rationale behind this seemingly unnecessary move. Here's what happened when Senator Dick Durbin started questioning her.
Very
Can I
clear.
ask you, did you personally approve this? I think a yes or no will do, the $18 million cut of the funding for Special Olympics?
No, I didn't personally get involved in that.
Well, I want to tell you, whoever came up with that idea at OMB gets a Special Olympic gold medal for insensitivity. Let's
not use disabled children in a twisted way for your political narrative. That is just disgusting and it's shameful.
And well, Madam Secretary, let me tell you what, eliminating $18 million out of an $70 or $80 billion budget, I think is shameful too.
And this is such a small number that the question becomes, why cut this small of a fraction of the budget if it's a program that produces so much benefit for kids with special needs around the country? Now, the response that Betsy DeVos and a lot of people in the White House had is that, well, this isn't the government's job. Which, yes, in an ideal world, we wouldn't need the government to fund this organization because it's doing so many important things. But Special Olympics is struggling financially. It's tough to get donations for a nationwide program. And cutting all the funding from the budget for fiscal year 2020 is only going to make this problem worse. What I find really funny is that this decision by the White House and by the Department of Education was so bad that Donald Trump himself personally overruled this decision. Take a look.
The Special Olympics will be funded. I just told my people I want to fund the Special Olympics, and I've just authorized a funding of the Special Olympics. I've been to the Special Olympics. I think it's incredible, and I just authorized a funding. I heard about it this morning. I have overridden my people. We're funding the Special Olympics.
How bad, how evil does a policy decision by the White House have to be that the one to step in and save the day is Donald J. Trump? I think this whole issue kind of shows what we've started to learn about the Trump White House, in that the problem isn't just Trump. The problem is the policy at large. The problem is the policy approach that says if it's going to save 0.004% of our budget, we can cut funding for an extremely important program for kids with special needs. So the problem isn't just the guy at the top, because the guy at the top realized it was bad because of the public outcry and decided to do something about it. The problem is a pervasive attitude that people and programs that are super important are expendable.